Hello, mates. Today we'll be taking a look at a game that took video game history by the balls and twisted them in a crushing puree, giving birth to the modern video game role playing genre. A game from a simpler and better time, a time permanently tinged in a sepia sunny California tone, at least through my rose colored glasses. That game is the legendary, pun intended, Legend of Zelda, the original. We'll unbox this baby, take a little shufty at the contents while I drop a little bit of knowledge. All the images you're about to see are actual scans from my original copy of the game. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. The Legend of Zelda entered development in 1984 and was released on February 21st, 1986 in Japan and later in 1988 in North America to enormous critical acclaim. From the moment you got the box and looked in that upper left corner and saw that golden hue looking at you from behind the cardboard, you knew you were going to be in for a great adventure. The story is described in the instruction booklet shown here and in the game prologue. The booklet itself and its illustrations were inspired by historical European conflicts. The story is as follows. The land of Hyrule is a peaceful kingdom until it is attacked by the Prince of Darkness, Ganon, who steals a part of the Triforce, an ancient artifact that would give him immense power. In order to stop him from acquiring the rest, Princess Zelda splits the rest of the Triforce and hides the pieces throughout the kingdom. Before being kidnapped by Ganon, she sends Impa, her nursemaid, to find a hero to reunite the Triforce, save Zelda, and ultimately the kingdom. Enter our hero, Link. Chronologically, the original Legend of Zelda is not the first game in the story, and among the main titles it's only followed by Zelda 2 and Breath of the Wild. Most of the other Zelda titles, including Ocarina of Time, happened beforehand and split the story in 3 timelines, one of which is the one where this adventure picks up. The game was the brainchild of Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka, with Koji Kondo on music. Miyamoto was also the creator of Mario, and he had different philosophies on the 2 games. He expressly wanted to make Mario a linear affair, whereas Zelda was supposed to be an open-ended adventure. This was a new mindset divorced from the high-score mentality of earlier NES games. People were somewhat confused with the game when it came out, not knowing how to proceed, and Miyamoto didn't want to make their life any easier either by making them work to even get the first sword in the game. Fans did have one ace up their sleeve though. They could sign up to a newsletter called the Fun Club, giving them tips and tricks in order to complete the game. The popularity of this newsletter incited Nintendo to start the Nintendo Power magazine shortly after. This was their first game to use a battery-powered RAM in the cartridge, making it possible for players to save their game, and was the framework for many games to come. It was the spiritual forerunner for the modern RPG, and it even inspired games like Animal Crossing. The Legend of Zelda went on to sell 6.5 million copies, and was the first game to sell over 1 million copies for Nintendo. The game kept dominating the top 30 games in Nintendo Power all throughout the early 90s and won several prizes. What The Legend of Zelda now lacks in graphics, it makes up for through the foundations of a titan franchise that has millions of fans the world over. The characters it crafted are ingrained in pop culture, and the legacy it set in motion resonates with us still more than 30 years later. That's all for now. I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you again for another episode of Video Game Unboxing Retrospectives. Have a good day.